Hi, this is Shannon of Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I am doing what I am calling a segue mani because it is kind of going to have dual purpose. It is February 28th, the end of Black History Month, which I didn't get my mani done earlier because I threw in a leap day mani, which I should have reversed those, but whatever. Um, but it is going to segue into our March um, nail fee bonus challenge in my group. So I do a monthly nail fee challenge, and every month where you put your nail fees into a post, and then I do a drawing at the end of the month for a prize. And then I have, for the last couple years, I added a bonus challenge where if you do that challenge, you get an extra entry. One chance, one extra entry, and excuse me, one extra entry per month. Um, so this month I've been working on doing the graphic and coming up with the bonus challenge. And because March is Women's History Month, we are doing in like empowering women, celebration of women sort of challenge where you can use like it's kind of your interpretation or your representation of girl power or strong women or celebrating women's achievements in history. This month's theme for Women's History Month, so I guess there's a theme every year. So I'm a little new to this. I'm actually going to be, hopefully, my plan is to share more about this. About what it all means and everything in my group this month, but I'm going to pull up just a second. I have the theme for this month for March Women's History Month. This year's theme is Women Who Advocate for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. So, going on that theme and I am doing my Black History Month mani, but it is also going to have dual purpose and be able to be used for my Women's History Month as well with the um, diversity, inclusion, and powerful women with my mani. That's what I'm hoping that it comes across at least. So how I'm doing this is okay. So the first set I used, I'm gonna get these mixed up because they're very similar. And I hope they look slightly different. Okay, so I have, all right, Vanilla Romance and Celestial Champagne are these first two, and I'm pairing it with, um, oh, you know what? I have all my sets in one bot and one. I'm gonna have to look it up. I have all my sets from the sub box in one little sleeve on my leftovers, so I'm gonna have to look up which one. I'm using the darker one. Um, for one of my nails. And then, but I don't know the name of it. It was from the um Sunset Rider box, but they had all those different shades of those kind of cut these ones. I just don't know which one is which because I threw them all in one box. So, all right, let me pull that up because I did not think of the fact that I don't know the name of that. Um, But anyway, so I'm going to pair these sets, if I can get this off nicely, with, I'm going to use a little bit of both of the two sets from this year's collaboration for the Black History Month set. So the ones that the students designed. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me finish putting this one on, and then I'm going to pull up the name of all the sets that I have so that I have them correct in the video. I made a video a couple times ago. I used the wrong set name the whole time. That's lovely. They are very similar. I knew what it was too, which is the biggest kicker. And I still said it wrong, which, you know, that figures. All right, let me close. I have way too many windows open here trying to pull up. Let's see here. All right, what box did I say it was? It was from the Rodeo Sunset Rider. Okay, so it is saddle up. Oh, that's the one that I have. That's the sleeve that I have it in. So this one is saddle up. And I'm going to use the non-cut side, obviously. This is a very sheer. I haven't decided. I don't want my colors to be too dark because I am going to put the other, I'm going to put the overlay on top and I want the design to show up. So we will see. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to do this as the accent. I'm going to do this. Sorry, I just have to keep myself on track here. I want different neutral shades, but they still need to be light enough to show the overlay, which is the catch. That's pretty, I like it. And I'm pretty sure it'll still show the overlay fine. Okay, I wasn't sure. Let's see here. So okay, so I have very subtle. I like it, but that's not what I was going for. Okay. This one I'm not going to use, so I should try to put back. All right, I'm going to stick this in there because I don't want it to dry out. I'm not going to need that. I turned off my flat iron. So there's that. Okay, let's finish the base of these. So my plan is to do the neutral shades with the overlay called wait, that one's called Strength and Resilience. And then I'm also going to use the Inspire and Rise as the accent nail. As I'm going to do a slant tip with some black. I want, because I want it to pop a little bit, and I think adding a little bit of black on there is going to help it pop, and it's going to tie in with the overlay design being the black line art. That is the plan anyhow, so we will see. You know, it's one thing in my head and hopefully it turns out. Okay. So those are all going to have an overlay. And then let's do the overlay next. I was going to do I just thought I think I'll do the overlay because then when I do the tips, the slant tips on these ones, I'll do my thumb last and then I'll be done. I won't have another layer to put on because sometimes I forget that I have an overlay that I'm going to do. All right, let's see. I have, so far we have Saddle Up from the Sunset Rider box, Vanilla Romance. Oh, now I don't remember which box that's from. And Celestial's Champagne. That must have been. Those are all sub box. I have lots of sub box sets that I'm doing. Not really on purpose. But those are the sets I pulled. I've been doing lots of partials, and they happen to be sub box sets. But I have the two new sets. So this one is the Strength and Resilience with the line art. And now this is what where we're talking about the celebrating. Ooh, which way do I put the faces? See, that's the whole problem. If I do it this way towards me. Oh. Everybody has a different opinion of this. Okay, I also have to pick which faces I want to use. Let's do, I love this one. I love this one. Actually, we're going to do these three. Actually, we'll switch this one and do that. I don't know if I can get 3 out of it if I reverse it. We'll try. Or 2 nails out of it and just use 3 strips. No. We're gonna cut. All right, sorry, I'm trying to. I gotta figure out how I want this centered. I'm gonna try to get this without getting too many wrinkles in it. Reversing strips are not my favorite because I don't like having to clean this up. I should cut them in half and cut the curve. So you can do it that way too. I probably will try that with these other ones. I'm just not positive that I can get two with one strip, especially with the glitter dips, because they're a little bit smaller. So that's why I'm afraid to do it that way. I should stop being so cheap. But I am. Thrifty, I mean. Thrifty. Okay. Or I'm just a wise shopper, right? Okay. Let's take this other half. So I could, like, technically cut this curved, right? Is that the idea? I take that and I cut a little curve to it. If I can straighten it out. Oh, it's sticking to my nails. Let's see here. I'm having trouble lining it up how I want it. Yeah, close enough. See, this is where I'm afraid I'm going to cut too much. I'm just going to cut a little curve to it. I'm not going to follow it exactly because I got it too low on the sheet and I don't want to take that much off. Ah, little tiny pieces all over. All right, this nail is so much smaller, so we'll see if I even can get it to fit. I'm gonna have to cut more. I should have cut it tighter. All right, we'll just trim whatever excess off. All right, my pinky is so short on this other side because of how my nail grows on my curved finger. It doesn't grow like the others do, so. And I have a ton of these little pieces stuck to this now. Let's not rub my fingers on the blade. Okay. All right, that worked. So it's upside down to me, but it's right side up to everybody else, and that's how I do a lot of my designs, especially because I take my nail fees with my fingers closed like that. All right, so we are going to keep finishing this. Like I said, I'm gonna practice this reversing these because I do this a lot. I've been doing it lately too. So, all right. I'm gonna do this. Let's put these away so these don't dry out. Oh, I'm not putting them away very neatly, so it makes it hard to get in here. So, all right. So I'm hoping to have some time to research um, some cool facts about for Women's History Month. So let's dig out. Let me see here. Do I have did I put on a regular strip that I have? That's not a pinky. That's a pinky. Here, this one. Okay. I want to use this to cut. Okay. Make sure I have all the stuff I need. Okay. All right. So these Black History month sets were designed in a collaboration with graphic design students at Jackson State University, which is a historically Black college or university. And then, okay, so let me see here. Which one do I want to do? We're going to do this. Take this off. Let's cut. So this is where we're going to try. I'm going to cut it in half. I wonder if it's easier. I saw somebody who folded these first to give a cut mark. I think a few people do that. So let's try that. Give me the cut, and then, or the line to cut on. And then I want to line it up here. This is what I'm always afraid, that my nail isn't going to be short enough to do this all the time. Because if my nails get too long, it really isn't. Yeah, doesn't have to be pretty, does it? Where are my tweezers? All right. Okay. There is that one. Okay, see, if I would have gotten darker, it wouldn't have shown at all. So I'm glad I went lighter than I went a little bit lighter. Ah, all right. I'm gonna try this again. That worked pretty smoothly. It's not perfect, but I think it works. It's a little bit easier. That's rough looking. It's a circle. That's not going to cover my whole finger, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. We're using it as the finger sticking to it. It's like I can't stick. It's like I can't apply it normal. I got a wrinkle, of course. All right, it was a little short. So maybe I can't do both. Well, I don't mind just because it is a clear overlay. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't think you'll be able to tell just looking at my nails. Studying them, you definitely can probably see where the clear overlay ends, but that's okay. We're just going to do this because I don't want to have to open everything else up again and take more sets out. So we will just go for it. I will not cut as much off. So I think I'll just round the corners this time on these ones and see how that works. I also don't cut straight, apparently, I can tell. So I will just cut the corners off of this one. Let's see if that helps. And try to keep as much length as I can. Let's see. You could also just trace with a pencil to get the right curve and then go from there, because then you're not having to hold your little stencil thing. You could just cut it, trace on the back, and then cut it. But all right, we're gonna line this one up. Oh, well, you got a little. All right, well, that is fine. All right. So this one is a little bit over my cuticle because it's a little crooked. Plus, my cutting skills are not perfect. So I think, okay, so I'm just going to try to scrape the extra. I also, my hands are dry because I don't want to put lotion on right before I do my nails. So I can't wait to be able to put lotion on. I'm like at the point where I always put lotion on after I wash my hands, usually, because I feel dry if I don't. So when I don't like not having lotion on when I do my nails, but obviously you don't want lotion on to get under those strips. Okay. And then this last one, let's just do the same kind of thing. This one's pretty crooked. Let's see here. Try to line it up. I did not cut straight when I folded it in half, but I don't think it matters if it's not perfectly, if the image isn't perfectly straight. I don't think you can tell. with these little cute stylized line art. I love the style of this illustration of these women on here, so that's why I wanted to do, I definitely wanted to wear those. And then I still wanted to use the, oh, this one's pretty low. Dang it. I want to cut it more. Okay, here. Oh, I stretched out. Okay, here. Let's just cut it a little closer. And I know it's going to be short on the length, but I think it's okay. Like I said, seeing that edge of that clear overlay is not the end of the world, in my opinion. Especially because anybody looking at your nails is not, they're not examining them as closely as we are ourselves. So I think we are far pickier. And still, that's still still lower than I wanted it, but that's okay. All right. So we have the women part and the African American women. Here, this is like, is this nail or my cuticle that's dry right here? I think it's my cuticle. Yeah, I think my skin is just dry, so we will. All right, and then we're using the exclusive cut Midnight in Manhattan from one of the sub boxes as well. Well, they call it Dark Side. I didn't know they renamed it, but whatever. Um, okay, so I want to do a slant. Just gonna use the whole strip and use the one side because I have. All right, we are going to do this. So this is essentially hashtag exclusive Midnight in Manhattan, but it is the cut strip from, I don't remember which sub box. Is this the Gothic Beauty one, maybe? Um, like I said, I would have to look. It is, I'm sorry, I do love Midnight in Manhattan. Just the shiny black. It's good. All right, do I want to do opposite? Sure. So I get to go this way on this finger. Okay, good enough. Oh, I went a little crooked. Oh no, it's sticking to my nails. Okay. All right, so we are gonna do slant tips on the ring and the thumb, like so, with the Inspire and Rise set, which again was designed by in collaboration with students at Jackson State University for Black History Month. I love that they're doing that. I went to art school and I would have thought that would have been really cool to do. Okay, so how do I do this? Do I want to have it at an angle and cut these in half. Did I only pull? Okay, so let me think here. If I cut it, what are the chances I can cut it at the same angle because I eyeballed that? Probably pretty slim. So why don't we, how shall I do this? So I can get 2 in 1 here. We'll just do, we are just going to eyeball it. Oh, it's a little sheer at that. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. I'm going to take this off. I'll clean that up after, but let's get this one. Okay, let's clean up all this excess because I didn't even push these down all the way. I did not take, I knew the sheerness of the neutral sets I was using. I did not think about being sheer under this. So it does darken it with the black underneath. But I think I'm okay with that. I think I will be. I think it will be fine. I could have bumped up the black next to it instead of layering them. But I think we'll be okay. I could double up. Oh, that'll be hard to line up. It works. It's gonna work good enough. I gotta use the other. Let's see here. How did we do this? We went that way. We're gonna do the same angle. We're gonna go about halfway down. I think that's half-ish way. All right, so getting down to the end here, almost done. This is my lazy way of doing slants, tips without cutting anything. I'm just using the sizes of the side of the strip, which may or may not work on this other one, on my other thumb, because it's a lot bigger surface. So let's see. If I put it at an angle, if I'm going to have enough room or enough left without getting another strip out. I could totally open that other pack though and get the other one out. That's okay. I wasn't gonna, I should have done the other layer, but that's fine. So I went this way and I went about halfway down. We'll just eyeball that. Okay, let's use my pusher. My rubber cuticle pusher. Oh, that side works. I've never used that side before, but I grabbed it wrong. It totally works though. That might work better or quicker than the. They're so sticky. Should turn this down. It's getting very hot. Everything is very sticky. I'll turn my heating mat down a little bit. Okay, so we have 3 nails that have the different skin tone with the silhouettes of women, and then we're doing 2 accents with the black and the cloth. I'm gonna have to cut this, aren't I? Just to make it a little, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm gonna do it. Just, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's gonna matter if it's not perfectly straight. I'm gonna cut it. Let's see if I can get enough. Oh, it's ripping. Enough with this side. It's sticking to my hand. It's gonna rip, and I don't know if I need that much. So let's see. Okay, so let's push. Let's cut this off. We're going to use the rubber cuticle pusher, and then we'll get everything cleaned up. I haven't even stuck this down yet. I didn't stick on the other side either. Do you say either or either? I usually say either, I think. That didn't sound right to me, and I usually say either, like either way. But do people say either way? There's a lot of things that I didn't realize I say with the Minnesota accent. I don't think that has anything to do with Minnesota, but I cannot say certain words like everybody else. And then I didn't realize until especially like being at conference when you're around people that are from all sorts of places. And the first that I was told, I remember when I started working for First Day Photo, the newborn hospital photography company I work for, I was on the phone with somebody from Arizona, and they're like, "You have the cutest Minnesota accent." I'm like, "What accent?" So, you don't hear it obviously when you're around it, and that's just how you talk. But yeah, now that I've been seeing things on like Instagram Reels and stuff about definitely the Minnesota accent. All right. So, this is my Black History Month nod, as well as my March Women's History Month, which is promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I think that they both fit. I cannot wait to go get some lotion and take some selfies of this one, but look at I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There you go. You guys have a great day or night. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.